Alice finally did it. She finally took her life. She had to do it. She didn't have a choice. She has to save her brother. But how did things reach this point? Everything was going fine until the start of senior year in high school, when Evelyn joined. From the moment she stepped foot in their school, almost all eyes were on her. She was beautiful, attractive, and she had a strange appeal about her. Her eyes, her smile. And at first sight, even Alice's good friend, Owen, fell for her. Wow, she's so beautiful. I'm going to ask her out before anyone else. You men, every time you guys see a pretty girl, you only think of one thing. No, there's something different about her. It's like she's enchanting. Oh really? An enchantress. Good luck then. Alice hadn't thought much of it at first. Owen asked Evelyn out, and she said yes. They started hanging out, and from what it seemed, they were happy together. Owen introduced Evelyn to their group, and she got familiar with the others too. She was a nice girl. But day by day, it seemed Evelyn had occupied all of Owen's life. Alice rarely got to see him anymore. What's up, dude? It's like you never want to hang out anymore. You vanished after school with Evelyn. She is amazing. Yesterday she took me to her place. Really? So things are getting serious, huh? Yeah, but guess what? She lives all by herself. What? She's only 17 and she lives by herself? That's so strange. Well, that's not the strange part. The strange part is she lives in a cabin by the forest. There's like literally nothing there. Had to ride out our bikes for over an hour to get there. What? That's so crazy. Is she an orphan or something? Where does she get the money to live by herself like that? I asked her, but she didn't want to talk about it. I guess it's something personal with her family. Turned out, nobody knew anything about Evelyn. Where did she come from? Who were her parents? Though Alice clearly saw the red flags, Owen didn't. But with time, Alice began to notice Owen wasn't the same as before. He was losing weight, he had dark circles under his eyes. He wasn't playing sports or laughing and joking around as he always did. Dude, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You have a fever. Did you get the flu? You should go home. I'll take you to the nurse. At first, Alice thought it was just a cold or the flu. But Owen's condition only got worse, and he stopped coming to school. When a couple of days went by, Alice went to meet him one afternoon. Alice, how are you? Hello, Miss Jameson. I'm fine. How's Owen? Not well. I don't know what's happened to him. Even the doctors can't say. They tell him to rest, but every evening this boy goes out to meet that girl, Evelyn. He's out for hours. Walking into Owen's room, it was dark. Owen was crouched up on his bed. He looked horrible. Owen, what is going on? How did you get so sick? I can't stop. I can't stop, Alice. It's her. Evelyn, it's not what you think. She's not what she seems. She's something else. What? What are you talking about? She's not even a human. All right, I think it's the fever talking. You need rest. I'll come over later. Alice was surprised seeing how awful Owen's health had gotten. He didn't even know what he was saying. And it was in all of this. One night, Alice got news Owen had passed away. She was devastated. Owen was a very close friend of hers, and seeing him suffer like that was heartbreaking. In fact, the entire school was shocked by what happened. Even Evelyn seemed to be mourning. Alice didn't know what happened between her and Owen, but she couldn't forget the last time she spoke with him. Was Owen trying to tell her something? Did she have something to do with his death? It was a tough couple of weeks before everyone started to move on. But then, something happened that Alice never expected. It was one afternoon after school. She was searching for her younger brother, Kevin, when she found him and Evelyn hanging out behind the school. Evelyn? Kevin? You guys know each other? Yeah, we're friends. Friends? Alice couldn't help the suspicion that Evelyn was luring her brother into a relationship. Before she knew it, they were hanging out all the time and had gotten quite close to each other. And their relationship had become more than apparent. And Alice didn't like it at all. Kevin was a year younger than her, and they had always been cat and mouse, competing with each other, fighting with each other, and never listening to each other. And unsurprisingly, when Alice tried to warn Kevin about Evelyn, things didn't go the right way. Kevin, stay away from her. She's no good. You saw what happened to Owen. Of course you're going to blame Evelyn for Owen's death. You wouldn't like anyone who I like. How is Owen's death her fault? There are things you don't know and things I can't tell you. Just stop it, Alice. You're just being jealous. You had a crush on Owen, and she got him, and now you're being possessive about me. No matter how much Alice tried to explain to Kevin, he wouldn't listen to her. It almost seemed like he was possessed by her, religiously defending her. But what Alice feared began to happen. Before long, Kevin started to get sick. He didn't sleep. He didn't eat. He wasn't in his right state of mind. Kevin, what's gotten into you? What happened? You can tell me. It's nothing. I can't tell you. You can trust me, Kevin. I'm your sister. I can help you. No one can help. There was definitely something bothering Kevin. the boy seemed afraid. He stopped going to school, stopped hanging out with his friends. But every evening, he would go to meet Evelyn. Alice was worried for him. She could see where things would lead if she let this go on. So she decided to talk to Evelyn about it and settle things. It was one evening when Kevin went out to meet her. Alice followed after him and reached Evelyn's cabin. She waited out for Kevin to leave. Before she went around the cabin to spy on Evelyn. Alice's heart raced as she ran to her bicycle and rode off, not looking back even once. Owen was right. She's not a human being. She's something else. But I can't get scared. To save Kevin. After what she had seen, Alice was sure it was Evelyn who was behind Owen's death. And if she let this go on, she would lose her brother too. As long as Evelyn was in his life, there was no way he could survive. To get rid of her. The next day, finding the right opportunity, Alice went out to the schoolyard, where Evelyn kept her bicycle. She tampered with the brakes and waited for Evelyn. As she took the bike and headed home, Alice followed after her. He won't survive that. Alice returned home, guilty, but knowing she did what she had to do. It was Owen, then her brother, and perhaps she would have gone for another person. But the next day at school, as Alice was sitting in class, she was horrified to see Evelyn walk into the classroom. Not even a scratch on her face. She looked beautiful, attractive, just like how she was. How can this be? Alice had seen the accident with her own eyes. Did someone find her? How did she get home like that? Rationalizing herself, Alice figured she had just gotten lucky. But not for long. That day, Alice left a note in Evelyn's locker. Meet me by the cliffside at 7. doesn't agree, I'll have to do it. Things cannot go on like this. It was almost 7 o'clock. It was getting dark. Alice had snuck out of her place to meet Evelyn. Hopefully, no one would find out, and she would get what she needed to get done tonight. What if she doesn't come? No, she'll be here. She'll be here. It was some time later, Alice heard the sound of a bicycle roll up the cliffside. Evelyn was here. Alice? You called me here? I thought it was Kevin. Yes. We need to talk. About what? Evelyn casually asked as she peered over the edge. Wow, that's deep. I want you to stop seeing Kevin. Evelyn looked at Alice, almost surprised. Look, isn't it up to your brother who he's going to see or not? And if you want us to end our relationship, shouldn't you have this conversation with your brother first? No, he's too gullible. He doesn't know what's good for himself. And you know very well you're no good for him. Well, your brother doesn't think that way. I'll go. As Evelyn walked off, Alice got hold of her. No, you can't go. As she pulled her, Evelyn was shocked. Alice, stop! What are you doing? No one can survive that fall. I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. At least now, Kevin is safe. But the next day at school, as Alice sat in her seat anxiously, staring at the doorway, she saw Evelyn walk in. She didn't even look at her, as if she didn't recognize her, as if nothing had happened. Again. How? Did she not fall? How did she escape again? Alice was losing her mind. How could this be? How is she still alive? Alice had to think of a foolproof plan. And soon, she got it. Cyanides are chemical compounds which are fast-acting poisons. Cyanides consist of one nitrogen atom and a carbon atom connected to each other with a triple bond. Cyanide. There's no way she can survive this. Alice managed to find an online store where she illegally bought raw almonds. She then extracted the cyanide herself. It worked. Perfect. Kevin was too sick to even move. He wouldn't be going out. So Alice wasted no time and got going herself. All afternoon, she waited out, watching Evelyn, spying on her every move. It was in the evening when Evelyn had gone into the shower. Alice broke in and poisoned her food before she waited out and watched. Evelyn cluelessly began having her soup, one spoon after the other. And sure enough, it didn't take long for the poison to take effect. She began choking, her stomach wrenched in pain. She fell to the ground squirming for help. And Alice simply watched as her body went limp. That night, Alice put her body in a bag and dragged her out into the forest. She dug a deep ditch and threw her inside and covered her well. Finally content, Alice returned home and had a deep sleep that night, knowing all her problems had been solved. Tomorrow would be a new beginning. Alice, how are you? Startled, Alice looked up, horrified, staring at Evelyn. She smiled at her. "You can never get rid of me."